I'm Sonia Heckerton Stitch Witch, and I'm going to show you how I make my double-ended middle finger candles. So you buy your mold. You can buy your molds, or you can make them yourself if you have the equipment to make the silicone mold. I buy them because I don't have time for all of that. And then you need to create a piercing in your candle mold. And I usually do that by, like, I'll take a measuring tape and get an even amount of like measurement on each side and then puncture the hole. Because I already use a lot of knot magic and crochet and knitting, I already have a needle that is wide enough to fit the wick of a candle, and I'm going to use it through the middle finger to thread my wick. It's tricky, but eventually you'll get the thread through the top of the mold, and instead of pulling it all the way so that it stays flush with the bottom, you leave a little bit of it out, and I make a knot in it because this is going to be the other side of your candle after you flip the middle finger. Okay, so I leave enough coming out of the top of the wick to light the candle initially, because you started off with the middle finger turned up, and then you burn the candle to the knuckle, to the fist, and you change the spell by outing the candle, and then you flip it over and light it from this end. So I'm going to show you how I pour the candle into the wax. So thank you for watching my videos, because I'm often heavily distracted unless I'm completing the video at night when my children are asleep, because they're always walking by and distracting me. But anyways, I'm going to show you how I pour the wax into the mold, and then it's going to have to set, and that'll be another video where I show you how I use it again. So this is the wax that I'm using. It's not the color I'm keeping. I'm going to dye it black for the purpose that I need. This is an old candle that I made from a cup candle, and it didn't burn that well. It ended up tunneling, so I'm just melting it down, and I'm going to reuse it in my middle finger mold. So I'm just waiting for it to melt completely, and then I'm going to add the dye. Waiting for the wax to melt, you can smoke cleanse your candle mold. So you're just going to smoke. So all of the candle wax is melted down. This is where you would add your intention to the wax. You would speak your intention into the wax. You could add, like, I'm going to turn the heat off. Sorry, it's still boiling. And you can add the candle dye. And I'm using, I brought a box of this candle dye a while ago, and this is just a little bit of black dye. I'm going to sprinkle some in and hope that that changes the color to the black that I want. Let's see. So that did the trick for me. It's black enough. I'm going to pour this into the mold because I'm not adding any essential oils or herbs or anything to this candle. But at this point you could add it and then add it to the mold. So you can see it's not really that black, but it's black enough for me. So I'm going to carefully pour the wax into the mold. And I want to get all the way up to the top because we're using both sides of the candle, right? So it's filled. And you want to make sure your wick is fairly straight. You straighten that out. This is like just for my personal use. I will, you know, if I decide to take candle making on a more professional level, my equipment would be different. Yeah, my equipment's a little bit crazy and wonky, but it does the job for what I need. And that's it. Let me show you it from the side. That's it. That's how I pour the candle. I want to say that You need to keep your top wick out of the way so that you don't get candle wax on your actual wick, so that you can have the double-sided, the double-ended use. But over here, we focus on finishing and not perfection, because this is just for your magical practice. And, you know, you're putting your energy and your ashe into it. So that's what I focus on. I just focus on finishing it. And this candle's going to take about, well, I won't try to light it or use it until tomorrow. I'm going to make sure it's completely solid, because if you unmold it before that, you'll break the middle finger off. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching my video.